Hey there, it's Rose. I am coming to you from my plant room, or my little plant space. If you can see, I have it a little bit low just because I have my grow lights on and I don't want to blind you with the blue and the reds. I'm sitting on the floor here. I am working on finding a chair of some sort and maybe a little fold out table that I can put away and bring out as I need it. Only because sometimes sitting on the floor, my legs go numb. But anyways, yeah, let's get into this. So, this video is going to be about having lots of plants in small spaces. I know that a lot of people live in small spaces, studio apartments, some even rent a small room, or a small house, a mobile home, what have you. It's a small space, tiny home. But I would love the challenge of bringing in a lot of plants in a tiny home. I would love that. I would love to help somebody one day. That's what this video is for. But like literally, if somebody came to me and said, hey, can you come over? I have this tiny home. Help me have a lot of plants in here without actually having a lot of plants. And that's what we're here to talk about. Let's start with a community pot. What is a community pot? Well, a plant pot that has multiple plants in it. Most of the time, they are not the same type of plant. They are just an arrangement of different types of plants that looks good, but they don't always work out because plants, they are all different. Like people, they have different light and watering needs. And so when I talk about community pots, I'm going to be talking about pots with multiple varieties of that same plant. If I said that right, if I said that correctly, pothos with pothos, scindapsus with scindapsus, Hoyas with Hoyas. So, but yeah, I actually have more community pots than I thought I did. My last place before we moved into this house was a little bit smaller and I have a lot of plants. So then I had to look for a solution to kind of bring the numbers down and not for it to not look so cluttered because I was running out of room. So what I did is my first community pot, as I'm going to show you here, I decided to grab all of my trailing philodendrons and put them all in one pot because I think there was about 5 or 6 of them and they were all hanging at one window and I just needed to make some space, so I condensed them all into one pot. I just watered her, so she's a little heavy. She's dripping. Okay. So here is my little community pot of philodendrons. So I think I have a total of, let me scoot back a little bit. I think I have a total of 5 right now. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh well. I'm gonna have to propagate this and put it right back in there. Dang it. Anyways, so this pot here has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 at one point, but again, I was watering this plant and she's dripping everywhere. I was watering this plant and I accidentally pulled out the philodendron Rio and I had to I had to Aren't these charms cute? Amazon. Cute little sun catchers. Anyways, I accidentally pulled out the Philodendron Rio that was in here, and I ruined the roots, so now I'm propagating that so I can stick it back in here. But in here I have a Philodendron Brazil. If you can see, let me try this again without ripping another vine off. I have Brazil, the lemon lime, Philodendron lemon lime. Yes, that's what it's called. This is this beautiful long one here. I have the variegated heart leaf. I don't know the actual name of it. Heracaudatum? Something. But this is a heart leaf philodendron. It's the variegated one and the regular green one. I did have a Rio in here, again, like I was telling you, in this little bald spot right here. But in true me fashion, clumsy, it ripped it out, just like I just did right now. Anyways. But yeah, that is one. Oh my gosh. And let me show you the other one. I could have sworn I only had 2 community pots. Here's another one. This is a big one. And some of you guys might not like this, but I kind of like it. It might be a little bit of a hot mess, but hear me out. Let me, I'm gonna do a, we'll get it. Okay, I think this is a better setup. Slightly better setup. See how big that is? This is my Scindapsus community pot. And it has some damaged leaves just because it's so big and I'm so clumsy and I keep, you know, oh, see? Anyways, this is my Scindapsus community pot. I had so many Scindapsus just all over the place, and in order for me to, you know, make some more space, I put them all together, and there is, I don't even know how many are in here. There's a variety of Scindapsus. There's the Trebii Moonlight back here. Sorry, I know this is not the best lighting. It's 7:30 at night, and I'm filming in my little plant room here. So I have the Platinum Java Scindapsus right here, Trebii Moonlight, Mount Salac here, and right in here is Silver Lady, I believe. I don't remember if this is the Anaconda or the Kalimantan, or however you say it. And I think one of these other ones is the Anaconda. I'm not sure, but there is a huge variety in there of Scindapsus, Scindapsi. I'm going to say Scindapsi for plural. Oh, and the Jade Satin. Yeah, this is my lovely Scindapsus community pot, and this was a great way, I think it was a great way of, you know, just what would be the word? Oh, somebody's not happy in here. So the problem sometimes with community pots is you have to make sure everybody gets in there all the way and gets watered properly, because then you have that. There is another one here that is not happy at all. I'll take care of that after. But yes, that another one of those things that you have to make sure that everybody is a different size when you take them out of their own pots, and you gotta make sure that they are all in there and get watered properly, because then you're gonna have some casualties. But yeah, I love this pot. A lot of them are starting to grow, as you can see here. That is my Java. Oh no, that is not the Java. Platinum Java. I think this is, I don't know which one this is. See, that's another problem, is that you just can't name one community pot. Just my Skindapsus pot. Make sure you put little name tags in there, or else you forget. But it's not that big of a deal for me, but I know some people like to know what's what. But yeah, here's a new leaf, and I think this Platinum Java is starting to grow over here, some new growth. And the Silver Lady is doing good. She's doing well. There are some dry leaves in there, which is to be expected, especially right after you pot them up. Overall, she's doing great. They all take the same amount of light, and I water the whole pot thoroughly, and they're doing just fine. So yeah, that is another great thing about these, is you can always put them outside if they're really big like this. This is not everybody's thing, but I really like it. My next community pot is my Pothos community pot. So I had expressed interest in putting all of my pothos together in one pot. Oh, let me get comfy here. And I got some mixed reactions on Instagram, in my Instagram story, from my Instagram story, and they were like, oh, they're not going to do well in one pot. I did the same thing, and they were all sad. They didn't like it. They have different watering needs, light needs. Pothos all need bright indirect light, or just bright light. And I think, in my experience, they have the same watering needs. So why not? I had probably close to 20 varieties of pothos. Yeah, I know, that's it. And this isn't all of them, but yeah, I had like 20 varieties of pothos hanging around the house. And again, like the Skindapsus and the trailing philodendrons, I needed to make some space, so I had to kind of consolidate them all. That's the word I was looking for earlier. I decided to just consolidate all the plants that were the same, like pothos, philodendrons. And I started with the pothos, and she's doing great. I think there are about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maybe? Okay, let's just say there's 8 for now. 8 varieties of pothos in this one pot. And I'm gonna try to remember what's in here, because again, I didn't label this one. There is, I forgot what this one's called, but it's got it's got those little ridges, those little craters, if you can see. I totally forgot the name of that one too. There is, I think, the Snow Queen here. She's got that half moon thing going on there. And this is the Neon Queen. I don't remember if this is Global Green or Meringue, Lemon Meringue. Let's see, what else is in here? The Epipremnum, or the Elbow Pothos, which is the Epipremnum Elbow, Pinnatum Elbow. It's that one. And I have Pearls and Jade. And what is this one called? Pearls and Jade. What is the other one? Dang. Pothos and Joy. How could I not remember that? Of course I'm not going to remember that while I'm filming a video. Yeah. Pothos Enjoy. And then in here is the Shangri-La pothos. If you ever go to Home Depot, I think they still have some out there. They're kind of like weird looking shriveled up leaves, but they're not drying or shriveled up. That's just how they are. That one's in there. I don't know if I have a golden pothos right here. She's not very golden right now, but yeah. Oh, Champ-Élysées. That's what this one's called. The one with the cool looking little ridges in the back. Champ-Élysées, or Champ-Élysées if you don't want to put the little French flair on that name. But yeah, this is my Pothos community pot. I do have a few other pothos that didn't make it into this pot. I think I have the Snow Queen. What other one do I have here? Manjula. Manjula is in her own pot because she's so big, and I couldn't cut her back. Oh, what I did is when I wanted to consolidate all of these pothos, and the reason why she's in a smaller pot is because I took a cutting of all of my pothos and I sold off the mother plants. So, and I propagated all of these before putting them into this pot. So, yeah, that's what I did. Like I said, I did keep quite a few other pothos that are in their own pots right now. That didn't make it into this pot, but that's okay because they're doing well in their pots. I love this pot, and I love how it looks, and I love how they're just growing and thriving in one pot. You can do it. And pothos are so easy. They're like the easiest plant out there, in my opinion. Here is another community pot or little community of Scindapsus, or as I said earlier, Scindapsi. These are my more rarer varieties of Scindapsus. I don't know why I put them in their own pot. I could have easily put them in the bigger pot with the other Scindapsus. There is really no reason why I was keeping them separate. Actually, no, these were all, I actually put them all together when I moved into this house, which I have more room, but I actually put them together here. The bigger Scindapsus pot, I put it together at my last place, which was smaller. But yes, this is my pot of more rarer or harder to, not really harder to find. They're just on the rarer side. They're becoming less and less rare though. But I did, if you can see, I did put little taggies here, little name tags, so I don't forget, because a couple of them do look quite similar. They do look alike. I believe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scindapsus in here. Let's see, I have Monalika Scindapsus, and that would be this one right here. You can see she's really pretty. This beautiful pattern on these leaves, just absolutely gorgeous. Looks like someone took a highlighter and just went to town on that one. And what do I have here? Oh, look at, see, there's some new growth there. Scindapsus. That is not Mount Salac. How did that get in there? Mount Salac is in the bigger pot. Geez. Well, oh wait, here's the tag. Peace Sun. And so this is the Peace Sun right here. See that? And then I have my beautiful Scindapsus aurea satin. Look how beautiful those half moons are. Just gorgeous. And there is another one in here, and I cannot remember the name. I remember now. Scindapsus mayari. And she kind of starts off looking like just a normal Scindapsus here, like a satin. But she eventually gives you some really, really nice leaves there. And like I said, she looks kind of similar to the Peace Sun, which is in there. And that's why I have them labeled, because they look pretty similar. But yeah, this is my smaller and more rarer Scindapsus community pot. And the reason I put all of these together, it was not so much, well, it was to kind of save space, but it was more, these were all cuttings, and I didn't want to have a bunch of little tiny, like literally little tiny pots that big of rooting Scindapsus. So I put them all in here, and they're all doing really well. Will I separate them eventually? Maybe, but that all depends on how I feel about it, and if it looks good and I really, really dig it, then I will just leave it alone. And we are coming to my last community pot, my final community pot, and that would be my Hoya community pot. Now, there were 4 Hoyas in here, but I took one of them out because she wasn't looking too great, and she was a more rare Hoya. These are all in the Lacunosa family. Hoya lacunosas, they're just different varieties of them. There was one, I believe it was the Weymaniae variegated, and she is really pretty, and I didn't want her to suffer in here. I think what happened is, again, she was a little bit too shallow and wasn't getting enough water, so definitely make sure that all of your roots are in there, so that way they get watered evenly. So what I have left in here are, let me see, 1, 2, 3 different varieties of lacunosas. I don't know what this one is here. This was a free cutting I got with a purchase of a plant of another Hoya, and I believe it might be just the Lacunosa Splash. It's not very splashy though. This is the Lacunosa Bruno. Very, very pretty and very easy, very, very easygoing Hoya. She's grown so much already since being put into this pot. And let's see, what else do I have in here? This is not a Lacunosa, but it's a Huscheliana, variegated Huscheliana, I believe. I'm butchering that name, but that's what it is. And I got that one as a cutting a long time ago, and I had a hard time with that one. I am actually surprised she's doing really well in this community pot. But I really, really like the way this looks, and since putting them in this pot a couple of months ago, they've been doing great, with the exception of that Weymaniae, the variegated Weymaniae. I think I'm saying that right too, correctly. But yeah, this one's been doing great. I have no plans, 0 plans of separating these Hoyas in the near future, only because I really, really love how that looks. It's like a really pretty, you know, arrangement, almost like a little gift arrangement that you give to people, but of Hoyas. Yeah, that is it for my community pots. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation of my, what I like to call Frankenplants. When I first put the pothos together, I called it my little, oh, that's my Scindapsus. I called them my Frankenpothos, because it was made of different parts, different potho parts. But yeah, this is something that I did to save space. It was a really, really good idea to save space, and it actually really worked. When I took them all down and put them together and just consolidated them all into one pot, it made such a huge difference in my space. It wasn't cluttered, and I was able to have more plants in one pot. Even though, you know, there's small cuttings of each plant, I still have that plant because I really wanted it. And I have them all in one pot, and they're growing beautifully, just the different colors, the different shades, and they just all go together really nicely and really well. And again, a good space saver. Hopefully I helped you save some space, and or gave you a great idea, even if you don't need to save any space. Even though I do have a lot of space now for plants in this new house that I'm in, I think that I will be continuing to create community pots, only because I really like the way they look. But yeah, thank you for watching if you watched this far, and I hope I helped you with a new idea to create something beautiful out of similar plants. And or you can bring more plants in. It's a really good way to have more plants in one pot. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked this video, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.